I'm Chrissy Bongiorni. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Georgetown. And I have been in a serious accident. So like before my accident, I was a cheerleader. I was a dancer in high school. I was in all honors classes. I was very, very busy. You know, my usual day was at school, then a little bit of homework, and then practice, and then dance rehearsal, and then homework, and then it was just very, very busy, just like all of you guys. A million things to do. My biggest dream in high school was I wanted to go to school to be a dietitian or a nutritionist. I wanted to help people eat healthy and be fit. And that was like my obsession, actually. And so what have I learned from my experience? That you should not assume anything. That you should not assume anything that is certain in your life. All right, so the accident itself. Kind of a snowy freak fall day. I parked my car in parking lot in Georgetown. I was a junior, so I had to walk and cross the street. Back then it was just a white crosswalk, you know, crossing guard and nothing but button, nothing. And so I crossed, thought I was safe, but I was hit by the car. I was thrown 70 feet, and it resulted in a traumatic brain injury. So just a major blow to my head. Then I woke up, and it was just, rehab was so much work. I had so many things to relearn how, and just to get back in the motion of doing things again. So physical things. First, walking. I had learned how to walk again. It's not that I didn't know how to walk. It just, my balance was totally off. I couldn't not stand and support myself and be able to transfer my weight and walk. So I had these braces made for my legs. Yes, I have big feet, thank you. So I had these shaped to my legs, and I put these in my sneakers as I walked. What these did, they weren't correcting anything, they were just adding support. It was like a little something extra to tell my feet, this is what you should do, this is, I don't know, to be strong, to be stable when I stand up. So I would walk with these. And I just had to learn how to transfer my weight back and forth and swing my arms. You know how you guys all just automatically swing your arms? Like your body just flows. I had to learn all of that again. In what way that's appropriate to do. I don't wear these anymore, obviously, because I learned to walk without them, which is good because they're not doing good for me. Next thing is my left arm. Because this is the right side of my brain that's injured, that is still to this day swollen in my head, it directly affects my left arm. This means that, well, after I woke up out of the coma, my left arm was like stuck to me like glue, like this. It was so tight. And it's so tight to this day. Like I have to think and work to put it up in the air like this. And if you touch my hand, this hand is always significantly colder because I use it less. I can't open and close it at the same speed. I have to think about it. It has to be an intentional operation from my head to my hand. You know what I mean? So that's a difficulty. My biggest difficulty, though, from this brain injury is my short-term memory. This means when I meet you, you'll tell me your name, we'll say nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. And then like 2 seconds, or like a couple of minutes into the conversation, I probably will not remember your name, most likely. It's because that information that you just told me is stored in the part of the brain that is injured, that is swollen, that is not able to make the connections fast and retrieve the information. So that makes things difficult. So imagine in school, you just have an hour lecture with your professor or whatever, and you learn a bunch of stuff. And then like, you think back and you can't remember any of it. Like all of it is just lost in there somewhere that you can't find. So this has obviously made school a lot longer. But overall, my accident, this happenings in my life, has strengthened my faith in God. It has proven to me that He saved me, that I'm alive today because God loves me, because I believe in God and because He is with me, no matter what. If there was no God, I would not be here today, through my eyes, through the way I see it. Therefore, because I'm alive today, my accident both confirms my faith and salvation in God. So, because I was blessed with my friends and my family, they helped and support and loved me and brought me to therapy and just helped me through and learn things again, and also the emotional part, the friendship, the relationship-wise. All those people helped me through it. So God is the reason I was not killed that day. God is the reason I am still in prison. Nothing has stayed absolutely stagnant in my recovery, which has now been 10 years. My living is what I can't forget to be thankful for every day when I wake up. This is why I am more religious than ever. Prayer in church is very important, showing that I am forever grateful for His mercy on me, for saving me that day that I was walking. Even though I was a sinner, even though I do wrong things, God still loved me that much to save me. I can never forget that God's grace is why I'm alive today, is why I'm standing here talking to you. In my daily prayers, I always thank God for loving me and knowing that He is the one who saved me. These prayers are very important to me, giving me hope, letting me see that God is with me through it all. This is what keeps me going each day, coping with what I now have to live with. Because of my prayer, that has shown me that my recovery has not been stagnant. How I'm able to walk, how I'm able to understand things, retrieve things from my memory, have not stayed absolutely stagnant or the same. So things are always a little bit better. So my recovery has not ended. And that shows me that God is still with me to this day, listening to me, listening to my prayers, and help me work through it. Okay, so now I have a Bible verse that I want to read. Ephesians 2. All right. Ephesians 2:4. But God is rich in mercy. Because of His great love for us, He brought us to life with Christ when we were dead in sin. By this favor we were saved. So I believe that through Christ, that is why I'm alive today. Because He forgave my sins and saved me. That is why I'm still here, and nothing else. Okay, so that's about it. Do you have any questions for me?
You said that you really cultivated a sense of gratitude to God since your accident.
Mm-hmm.
What about forgiveness? Do you ever think about that at all, or does that come into your thoughts at all?
Well, that shows God's forgiveness of me.
Or that you forgive others? Do you feel like you have had to think about that?
Well, I mean, my view on life has changed. I value things differently. I value relationships more than just, just experience and material things, somewhat. You know what I mean? Like, that has changed. I don't know.
You said you were interested in being a dietitian. Is that still your dream, or has that changed too?
No, yeah, that dream is now gone. I mean, that I could not go to school for that. That's too intense, too high strung, too hard to keep up on. So I went to school for communications. So that changed. I mean, and that was a huge dream, which had to significantly change. I don't know, it's not anything that I still hold dear to my heart, but because I've learned you have to just grow through things that have changed in your life. You know, when God does things, it's for a reason, I think. Because He has made me weaker in this in lots of ways, but He's made me stronger in other ways. He's made me stronger in my faith, in my, just of being of myself, of, my soul and stuff.
Have you ever thought that God might be using you for His plan?
Well, actually, yes. That's kind of a dream of mine, that God is using this horrible thing that happened to me, and instead of I'm making it something to teach others, by talking, by doing this, to inspire others and to help people, keep trying, keep working, and to look at life differently, not as how things appear. Yeah.
What do you do in your normal life to compensate for the short-term memory defects?
Well, I have a planner. It's like my best friend. I write everything down. Like everything. You don't even know. Like, I check off that I had breakfast in the morning, because that might not be, I might forget that I actually ate. Did I eat breakfast? So I check it off. And I have a schedule that I follow, and then when I go to the gym, I check that off. When I do this, I check it off. Everything is in written form so that I can refer back to it. I have reminders on my iPod to do certain things at certain times. And just doing things in the same order every day is what gets it in my memory. It's how I learn routines, things of life that I have to do.
How do you get through school? Good remember.
Yeah, school was hard. So I had to go back into my last year of high school, because I missed that year, so I went back. Well, everything was different. I learned differently. It was a lot more intense, it was a lot harder. I had new techniques of doing things. Studying for tests took a lot longer. Writing papers with teachers or professors was a lot more back and forth. Making sure I was doing it the right way, making sure that it was coming out correctly. So basically, everything just took more assistance, more help, more work with professors and teachers to make sure I was doing it correctly, which was entirely different from what I was before. Before my accident, everything was on my own, I was on top of things and, doing it right. So that was a major change I had to work with.
How did relationships with your friends change?
Well, from high school, I had a group of like 4 best friends that stood by me. And stuck by me through high school, a little bit of college. Now I just talk to one of those friends still. But my friends were good with me through it all. And then when I made new friends at Gordon, that was hard, just because, imagine meeting someone for the first time. By the way, I might not remember your name tomorrow, so come in a little slack. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a weird icebreaker when meeting people. But people were accepting of it. So I made friends at Gordon and places, but it was a lot harder for me to remember faces and names. When I was in my dorm, I had a list going in my room of people I met. So I would have a brief description of what they looked like, and then their name, and then where I met them, like in what hall and where in campus I met them. So just hopefully that would trace a little bit of recollection of that time. I could, picture it in my head. Oh yeah, I remember her. She had red hair, yeah. So that's what I did. That helped me somewhat, but it was so hard to learn people's names.